Imagine tensions between nations boiling over into travel warnings that could strand millions of tourists. Welcome to the latest twist in the China-Japan saga over Taiwan. This bold move by Beijing is not just a diplomatic jab. It's a signal that could reshape regional alliances and everyday travel plans. Published on November 14, 2025, at 3:12 p.m. UTC, and updated on November 15, 2025, at 1:10 a.m. UTC. In a surprising escalation, China has advised its people to steer clear of trips to Japan for the time being, ramping up the feud, triggered by statements from Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi. She hinted that if a military clash erupts over Taiwan, Japan might have to step in to protect its own interests. For those new to international relations, think of Taiwan as a self-governing island that China views as part of its territory, while many countries, including Japan, support its democratic way of life, leading to ongoing friction that sometimes flares into bigger conflicts. This travel advisory marks Beijing's most notable counteraction yet in this dispute, coming right after Takaichi's comments from last week. She described any armed action in a Taiwan scenario as a survival-threatening situation for Japan, which, in simple terms, opens the door legally for Japanese forces to get involved. It's like saying, if our neighbor's house is on fire and it might spread to ours, we have every right to grab the hose. This interpretation ties into Japan's defense laws, allowing collective self-defense when allies are at risk. But it stirs up debates about whether Japan is overstepping into what China sees as its internal affairs. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just saber-rattling, or the prelude to something more serious? China's move isn't an outright ban, but discouraging travel hits where it hurts. Tourism between the two countries is massive, with millions crossing borders yearly for cherry blossoms, tech gadgets, or business deals. Imagine families canceling dream vacations or companies rethinking partnerships. It's a subtle economic squeeze that could snowball. And this is the part most people miss. While Japan frames its stance as defensive, critics argue it provokes China unnecessarily, potentially drawing the region into a wider conflict. On the flip side, supporters say it's about standing up to aggression and safeguarding peace through strength. What do you think? Does Japan's readiness to intervene make the world safer, or does it risk igniting a powder keg? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree with Takaichi's approach or see China's response as justified retaliation.